Okay. Good afternoon to everybody, and thank you for joining us. Quickly, we'll have a quick overview of the Parsha, and then we'll have a little in-depth class on one specific topic in the Parsha. Following the deaths of Nadav and Avihu, the two sons of Aharon HaKohen, God warns against unauthorized entry into the Holy of Holies. As the Torah tells us, they entered the Holy of Holies, and that was the reason for their sudden death. Fire came out and consumed them. Only one person, the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, and only once a year on the day of Yom Kippur. So the holiest person, the Kohen Gadol, holy is the innermost chamber, the sanctuary, to offer the sacred Ketoret. The Parsha speaks a lot about the day of Yom Kippur and the services that take place on that day. So first thing is about the Ketoret, Achas Bashana, and the holiest person and the holiest day on Yom is casting the lots over two goats to determine which should be offered to God and which should be dispatched to carry the sins of Israel to the wilderness. The Parsha of Achrei also this week actually is a double Parsha. It's Achrei and Kedoshim, and we read this Torah portion of Kedoshim, a portion of it, on Yom Kippur as well. Achrei also warns against bringing korbanot, animal or meal offerings anywhere but in the holy temple. Forbids the consumption of blood and details the laws prohibiting incest, etc. The Parsha of Kedoshim, this is the Parsha of Achrei. Now the Parsha of Kedoshim begins with the statement, "You shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy." This is self and relates to the holiness of God. And the sacredness of Kedoshim is the dictum which the great sage Rabbi Akiva called a cardinal principle of Torah, and of which Hillel said, this is the entire Torah, the rest is commentary. The mitzvah of Yahweh, to love your fellow as kamecha, to love your fellow as yourself. So also, right now, we find ourselves in the period between Pesach and Shavuot, or Pesach and Lag BaOmer, which is also known to be the time of mourning. 24,000 students, different customs. So the Talmud says for the way they interacted with each other, the way they understood. First of all, if they were just live it down, the other person is more successful, more 2,000 years, because they didn't expect each other. So just again to put perspective, period, this time frame between really supposed to be an elated time, an uplifting time, a very celebratory time. Explains this time we actually count the days. It's called the days of Sphira. Sphira literally means to count. We count every day from Pesach until Shavuos, uplifting time and a happy time. The Medrash explains, why do we actually count Svira traveling along the way? He noticed a person jailed in a pit. Amar Le'ham Melech, the king turns to the fellow that's jailed and he says, Ani al ischa ba'etz yischa mibeir hazeh. I will take you out, I will release you from this pit, from this jail. Not only that, eventually, after a certain amount of time, gave him a date and he said, Atanlach as biti, I will give you my daughter, the hand of my daughter in marriage. Samach, obviously this person, Amar, and this person said, not only is he taking me out of this pit where I'm jailed, he also wants to give me his daughter in marriage. And so it happened. And so the king did. He took him out, he lifted him out. King specified that he's going to give his daughter's hand in marriage to him. Similarly, we were in Egypt. We were jailed and enslaved in the pit. And God took us out of Egypt and promised to give us the Torah, which is analogous to his daughter, Mitzrayim. They began counting how many days are left to the wedding date with the daughter of the king, with the princess. And the Ramban gave us 7 days of the holiday of Sukkot, and then additionally, and it's supposed to be one long. So we see that during this period between Pesach and Shavuos is supposed to be an up. Chol Hamoed is a very special time. We still dress in Shabbat clothing. You're not supposed to go to mundane. It's like an in between a holiday and a mundane day, but it's certainly an uplifting day, which you're not supposed to actually go into work. So similarly, on Pesach, God gave us 7 days when Shavuot is. It says Shavuot 4 days. Let's okay. So to expound commentaries that expect each other, the Talmud explains that the moment you understand this was his intention, whether it's kosher or not kosher, whether in this specific scenario, whether it would be kosher, whether it not be kosher, whether it be tahir or not tahir, pure or impure, kosher or pasul, invalid, valid. I was so respect your opinion. It didn't take long, and this is the most fundamental message in this week's Torah portion. Score the concept. Most people give the advice of love your wife, and treat her well, and so on and so on. Of loving in marriage, love amongst each other. However, the Rambam puts the love number 2, and he and that for